Hey everybody, welcome back to Laptop Seniors. Today we're going to go to a tourist trap. We're going to go to the Centera Mercado Mariscos, which is basically the fish market of Panama City, Panama. And it's a pretty cool place. So we're going to take you through it. We're going to show you the front end. We're going to show you the back end, which may make you a little squeamish or not. I don't know.
And we're going to start with the back end.
Yes. And if you want to jump ahead to the restaurants, we'll put a time in there where you can, just jump right to the restaurants and skip all this. But it's really interesting. And it's interesting when you're there, and I think it's interesting to know what you're going to be getting into when you go there. And ultimately, it's an okay place.
And it's a big tourist attraction for everybody coming to Panama City. So you might want to get an idea of what it looks like and decide whether you want to go.
Yeah, now as you're seeing all this video and stuff, this is a pretty easy place to get to because it's basically about a half a mile from Casco Viejo, Old Town. And if you're more in town, then you're about a mile and a half from Avenida Balboa, right downtown, right sort of where, the Panama City Hilton is, along the Malecon, which is basically walking right along the coast, along the ocean, it's park after park after park after park. So you'll like it, and it's an easy one. Now, you will be sweating by the time you get down there.
The area right around the fish market is not exactly the beautiful areas, but it's a very short section and it takes you right around to the waterfront walk, which is lovely. We walked it both ways, from downtown and from Casco Viejo. One thing to note, which we didn't really see until after we had gone through the fish market and eaten, was upon leaving, we went through the back, I think, because that's where the restrooms were.
Yeah.
It appears that there's like a central area behind all of the restaurant seating where all of the fish comes through that area, gets chopped up and distributed to the restaurants.
Yeah, she was squeamish. I thought it was cool. So you can decide, how you feel about seeing this here. But I just thought I'd put it in because it's an interesting thing to see.
So if you are squeamish, as I am, unfortunately, and you may decide that you don't really want to go and eat there, I recommend that you go and just walk through it, because just the visual effect of all these side-by-side fish restaurants was pretty cool to walk through there, don't you think?
Yeah, of course you have to go. It's a tourist attraction. One of the things that you'll encounter when you get there and you start walking the gauntlet of restaurants, they will continually keep coming at you with the menu. Sit here, sit here, sit here, sit here. And they'll do that, and it doesn't matter how many. I think we walked up and down 2 or 3 times from one end to the other, and each time they just keep coming over and over and over again. That's the bad news. I mean, it was driving me nuts because I hate that. But on the plus side, as soon as you chose one thing, one place to sit down, it all stopped. No one would bother you from that point on. It's like, we didn't catch him. It's almost like the reeling in fish at a fish market. This one got off the hook. Here he comes again. Let's try to hook him again. And then it's like, we caught him. Somebody caught him. He's out of the water. Done.
And I think that it's a matter of which area looks like the nicest atmosphere, which ones are playing music that appeals to you. Some of them were offering discounts, a free beer or a free ceviche with your dinner. So, just pick and choose on those terms, maybe rather than the menu offerings, because we didn't check every single one, but they all looked so similar with what they offered and what their prices were that I think you just choose based on other criteria.
They are pretty close, if not identical, because in doing the video, I got to keep looking at this, basically the video as I'm trying to edit it. And a ton of different menus are coming up as you're walking by, and they all have the same menu. As far as I could see, it's the exact same stuff.
Something that I noticed also after we sat, I was watching the way all the different people were working the room, so to speak. And it looked like each server basically had a few tables that they could fill and serve to. And once their tables were filled, of course, they were busy serving and taking orders. So they were no longer at the perimeter reeling people in. It's those people that had empty tables that were out there trying to get more people seated.
And this is our lovely server. We've decided on this restaurant.
And what is it called?
Delicioso del Mar.
Delicias del Mar, yeah.
Delicias del Mar. And we're right on the corner here. We can see the market going both ways.
When we sat down finally and was about to order, I said to Vivi, and I was saying to myself, I'll never, ever come back here ever again.
You did say that.
It's like, this is too much. I like being in crowds. You could put me in 50,000 people and I have no problem with that, but I don't like when people keep bugging you or asking you for stuff or coming up to you with menus. Hate that. However, when the food came and it was like, hey, this actually was really good. It looked good, tasted great, prices were good. So at the end of the day, I would come back.
I don't think the salad has dressing, but maybe that's tartar sauce.
And the big summation. This is a tourist attraction. They will drive you insane when you're there because they'll be constantly on you like blankets. Come on, pick me, pick me, pick me. And then the food will come and it'll be like, wow, this is really good. I would come back to this place probably a pretty fair amount, not necessarily for the restaurant part, but because of the mercado, because of the fish market. If you want to cook fish, this is the place to come. I mean, they're probably catching fish at 4 o'clock in the morning and you could be eating it for lunch at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's pretty fresh. Not only that, I'm going to put up a thing here on the screen of a little map. You're really about 2 blocks away from another market, a really large farmers market in the older part of Old Town of Casco Viejo. Not the newer refurbished part, but although this is a pretty brand new building, but the market is great. So if you want anything else to eat, you want meats, fruit, vegetables, other stuff, spices, it's like a block and a half, 2 blocks away from the giant fish market. So all your food is here, cheaper than going into one of the actual, supermarkets that are in town. It's a great tourist attraction. You'll like it a lot. And if you live in Panama City, for sure you're going to be going here because, it's just one of those places that you go.
Remember to subscribe, click the bell, thumbs up, all those bells and whistles. We appreciate you. And please come back and see us again real soon.